being made redundant is probably the most suckiest thing that'll ever happen to you. Getting fired is one thing. That's more than likely something that you may or may not have done. But redundancy is something you definitely didn't do, so it is not your fault. So here's a couple of tips for you to kind of get your mind in gear on what to do next. So my first tip would be, or I would suggest you to be, is kind of stop a second and just absorb exactly what's happened and really have a good think about kind of your reaction to that and think of your mindset. Redundancy isn't the end of anything. Yes, you've just ended a job with a particular company, and yes, it kind of is a terrible situation to be in because you will have to pay the bills and so forth, especially if you're getting made redundant and there is no redundancy package, or it's crap, the redundancy package. Now, the world we live in at the moment, you should be able to solve most of your problems by picking up the phone to your creditors and having a chat with them. So relax, don't worry about it, it's not going to hurt. If you have been struggling with money for months and you get made redundant and the world is against you, go and speak to Citizens Advice, go and seek some advice, speak to people to see if they can help you. Because there's plenty of people out there that will help you and help you solve your problems, how to get in touch with your creditors. So don't panic about finances and money. That's the main thing that everyone panics about. Don't do it, go and seek help, and people will help you. There is a lot of great advice out there. Number two, so you obviously need to go and get another job. And the job market, if you haven't applied for a job in the last 20 years, the job market is a lot different to how it used to be. Even the last 10 years has changed. And quite frankly, the last 5 years is not the same either. So the job market shifted in some weird pragmatic way, which means that a lot of people now don't go down the local job centre to find a job, although you could try that. A lot of people go online now to look for a job, which is pretty obvious. You see the adverts for Indeed, job site, Reed, Total Jobs, CV Library, and sorry I missed out all the others. There is loads of websites like that, and equally there is enough recruitment agencies to support you and help you out in finding your next job. But also, don't forget the power of social media and connecting with the right people on social media, because social media is your friend when you're looking for a job. If you haven't used social media and you've kind of stayed away from it, then ease yourself into it slowly. Start with the simplistic. You're obviously looking for a job, so look at LinkedIn. Also get your friends and family, if you're not on Facebook, to look at Facebook. And Twitter, well, that's just carnage. So if you want to go on Twitter and look at that, then you need to get yourself kind of in the zone for Twitter. But start simple. Start with LinkedIn. Get yourself a LinkedIn profile. Make it look a little like your CV. Build it up slowly and spend some time on it. Because the more time you spend and effort you spend on your CV and your LinkedIn profile, the better it is. And some people say to me, should I put a picture on my LinkedIn profile? Yes, put a picture on your LinkedIn profile. But don't worry about putting one on your CV. Long story. Let's not get into that right now. My tip number 3. So number 3 for you guys is really go for the jobs that you know you are qualified for. I know that sounds kind of, yeah, of course I'll go and do that. If you're a sales manager right now and you've been made redundant, go for sales manager jobs in the sector that you're qualified for. If you're a secretary, if you're a PA, if you're an engineer, go for these jobs that you're qualified for. Sometimes you're not going to be able to jump into a new sector. It's very hard to do that. You may be able to, you catch the right job and you catch the right person at the right time and it gives you that opportunity. But what I would suggest is stick to what you know for the moment. You need to get a job, you need to get back into work. So stick to what you know. Look for, it's probably the 2 things to do here. Look for companies that were your competitors and see if they would take you on. But also look for recruiters and jobs that specialise in these particular areas and go and have a chat with them and tell them your story and tell them about what you're looking for and what you're experienced about. My last tip is number 4 in this horrible time that you're in. Take some time out for yourself, your mindset, you as a person. Don't go and kind of stress yourself out. I know tip 1 was kind of calm, don't worry, and go and seek advice. But it's about you, this tip number 4. It's about you kind of, your mental state and you as a person. You need to relax. You need to do things the very similar way to you used to do before. So spend your day looking for a job. Wake up early in the morning like you would normally. Have your breakfast, take the kids to school, however you used to do it. Walk the dog, go for a jog, go for a cycle ride. 9 o'clock. get in front of your laptop or your iPad or wherever it is and start applying for jobs. But once you've applied for jobs, then the next day, make a note of the jobs you applied for and follow them up and speak to people and turn it into a real job. The more people you speak to, the better it is. Don't fall into the trap of a lot, and I mean like 99% of applications that I get, they fall into this trap of click and that's it. And they don't follow it up. Follow it up, speak to people, speak to recruiters, speak to hiring managers, and just get yourself out there. But spend the time when you're not, like you would not be working, the weekends and the evenings, spend them as your time. Watch Coronation Street, go for a jog, go to the gym, do your normal routine. Job hunting is hard. Job hunting is a full-time job, and you need to do that full-time job in the allotted hours that everyone else is doing it. So I hope some of those tips would help you in these kind of situations where you are up to your neck in kind of stress, annoyance, anger, and all the other associated emotions with being made redundant. And I totally get that. I've been there myself. I've been made redundant myself. And many people that I speak to always come out of it on the other side with a new job, a new future, new work colleagues, and a lot more hope than they had a couple of weeks previous. It's a hard world out there though at the same time, so put that every kind of push and effort into that job hunt. And don't forget, when you have been made redundant, and it's quite a nationalised redundancy like the Carillion one is, you've got a lot of people helping you and a lot of people behind you that you don't realise. So they are out there. So get your voice out there, get yourself seen, and get meeting people and get chatting to people as well. Good luck with your job hunt. Take care.